Hello, this is Ruth, and this is day 11 of my 30 days of video challenge that I'm doing. And today I'm going to share a quote with you from Mark Twain, and then talk about 4 steps that you can use to accomplish, or first of all, to help prevent overwhelm, and how to accomplish your major goals. Because yesterday I talked about 6 steps that you can do to help achieve those goals. And they were to, one, know exactly what you want to do. Two, determine what you're willing to give, how what you're offering to for whatever your goal is that you want to have, especially if it's in business. What are you offering to your customers of value that they're going to receive by like buying your product, for example. And so you want to determine exactly what that is, and then have very definite deadlines for when you're going to get these things done. Write this whole plan out in a lot of detail, and then read it at least twice a day, once out loud, once in the morning and once in the evening, just before you go to sleep, and then of course in the morning when you first wake up. So Mark Twain said, "The secret to getting ahead is getting started. And the secret to getting started is breaking your complex, overwhelming tasks into small, manageable tasks and then starting with the first one." So, one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you about this is because I'd had 2 conversations this weekend with 2 of my sons. Actually, I have 2 sons, but with both of my sons. And even though they were very different in the topic, they had one common issue, and that was they were completely overwhelmed with what they were doing. With my one son, he was overwhelmed with being this single dad, and balancing it out with his social life and his heavy study load that he has, and just trying to keep all things balanced and together and staying focused and going on and not getting discouraged. And the other son was just had a heavy load at work, a lot of demands and very high stress. There's a big deal that's coming up this week for him, plus balancing out family life and being the coach for both of his son's little league teams, and he also is a co-owner of a bass fishing website, get5bass.com, if you want to go check it out. And so there just was a lot of overwhelm that's going on. As a mother, what I did was talk to him a little bit about what I'm going to share with you today, but also just encourage him and just tell him, just hang in there, just have this mindset of, yes, you're going to get through it, yes, you're going to do it, and even though it's hard, just know that it's going to work out for you. And so, Mark talked about the secret of getting started by breaking down your complex, overwhelming tasks. So that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to give you 4 steps that you can do to achieve that. And the first thing is to, first of all, figure out, once you know what your goal is, like if you followed yesterday's advice and did your 6 steps, and you have this very detailed written out plan of what you're going to accomplish and when you're going to accomplish it by, and what you're going to do, then the thing is to break that down into smaller tasks. And one way to do that is to do mind mapping. Now I'm going to show you just a very simple pen and paper technique that you can use to accomplish this, but then I'm also going to list underneath this video some very good online tools that you can use as well. Some that have become highly recommended, and others I have used myself and have enjoyed. But sometimes it's just fun, and it's just easier just to sit there, write it out on paper, and get it done. I've tried, and so, well, whatever works best for you is the way to do it. And so depending on your skill level and of technology, and also on your the complexity of your task, you may want to use an online tool to keep track of it. But that first one is called mind mapping, and very simply what it is you take your big goal, what you want to accomplish, and you take a piece of paper, and I'm going to show you, this is what mine looks like. I've got a big task that I have decided I want to do, and I was thinking I could accomplish it in 2 months. And so I sat down and I wrote out my big task, and then I went and I had some smaller circles here that I drew around it that were like the main categories of things that I needed to do. Since this is an online program, it would be things like market research and advertising, and then also the actual presentation itself, and then the follow-up, and then the support, and that type of thing. And so I wrote those all out, and then from there I took and did like other little arrows here, and wrote the mini tasks, kind of like the to-do things to do to get all this accomplished. And then and that just helped me to break it down and to see really what I needed to do, because I've been thinking about doing it. I've been wanting to do this task for over a month, and it was like every day is like, okay, I really need to get this done, I need to get this done. And I wasn't making very much progress. And so I really had to ask myself, do I want to do this? Can I do this? So by sitting down and writing this all out, it helped me to see what I needed to do. And actually, one thing it helped me to see is how big this task is. So I may have to maybe, if I want to get this done in 2 months, shrink my goal down a little bit, um, or look at ways that I may have to like extend it. Instead of being 2 months, it may be a 6 month plan for me. And so I really, since I just didn't do that until today when I was talking about this, I um, became very aware of what I needed to do. So this is called mind mapping. Get it done. It's extremely helpful in helping you to set up what to lay out your plan that you have already written out, but now it's time to kind of plan it out and break it down into the smaller chunks. So then the second thing to do is to go and make a daily to-do list, and you take all these tasks that you have written down and you write them into a to-do list. And this will help you to, excuse me, this will help you to know exactly what you need to do, because once you do that to-do list, you need to date it, see when things need to get done, kind of prioritize them. And then also there's some things that you may want to do a website for a particular product, but you don't have it built, so you have to build your website first. And you may want, so there's things that have to be done first before you can do other things. So get that list prioritized. And then do the first things first. Look at what needs to be done first. That's kind of what I just talked about. And know what those are so that you can have those in place so you can do the next step and the next step and the next step. And then pick out of this whole list of to-dos that you have done, pick out 1 to 5 things that you're going to do each day. And for some things it may just be 1 task. For other days you may be able to get 5 things, but don't do any more than 5. Just focus on those 5. And the reason that you do that is it's those small, tiny steps that get done. If you try to do too much, you're going to have a lot of uncompleted tasks and you're not going to get very far. And then it also once you've got those 1 to 5 things done, if it's 1 thing, it's easy. You just know that's your priority. But if you have 5 things on there, pick the 1 thing that you absolutely must get done that day and do that first. Get it done. It may be the thing that you dislike doing the most. Get that done first, and it's out of the way, and it's going to free your energy up to get the other things done. So that's your third step, is first things first. And then write down your plan the night before. Know exactly what you're going to do the next day. And there's 2 reasons for doing that. One is that it's going to allow your subconscious mind to work on this plan you have. There may be problems that you're trying to figure out. Your subconscious mind is going to be working on those while you sleep, because you've just imprinted those in your mind. And then it also, by listing these the night before, you maybe you've got like 5 phone calls to make, so you can have those names written down with their phone numbers out beside. So all you have to do is when you sit down to your desk the next day, is you would just pick up the phone. You'll be able to dial those. You won't have to look for the phone numbers. You would just be hours ahead of everyone else that hasn't done this. And so that's in a nutshell how you want to break it down. So again, it's you've got your big goal. You know what you've got your detailed plan written out. Now you're going to mind map it, break it down into smaller categories, and from there into tasks that need to be done to get those categories accomplished, and then do your daily to-do list and prioritize it. Um, Even schedule them on the calendars to help you keep track of them. And then do first things first. Have your list of 1 to 5 things that you're going to do each day, and know what is the absolute one thing you must get done that day, and focus on that first. And then plan your day out the night before, so that your subconscious can work on problems, can overcome obstacles that can help you to think of other ways to achieve your goal. And then you'll already be prepared for the day ahead, and you won't be wasting time getting your desk organized or finding things, that type of thing. So I hope you find this helpful, and we'll just talk tomorrow about some more ways that you can do to be successful in life. So have a great day.